effective. The next group of blows, major blows, are swings. Now, swings are effective in bare knuckle boxing simply for the fact that you're not wearing gloves. Swings are particularly effective in hand-to-hand combat because these blows are very unconventional. The first swing, by the way, these would be illegal in sport boxing. The first swing will commence with the hands at the side. As I drop step, I simply lift my arm. I step and lift my arm. Look at the arc. This is going up into the point of his chin. It's not traveling straight. Okay, I'm not doing this. I'm drop stepping and lifting, trying to catch him under the point of the chin with the top of my knuckles. Only difference here is the fist is not straight. I bend my fist so it looks like an arrow, and then just step in and try to catch him directly under the chin. This is effective from this position too. Step in and lift. Jab, lift. If I hit him here, he bends down, smashing up into the nose, into the face. But just a very quick strike upwards. Can be used with the rear hand. Some individuals teach similar techniques with a lot of arm motion. Matter of fact, even in Japanese style karate, there's a technique called age ski, rising punch. Similar to this. It travels in an arc, not directly into the target, but in a manner that rises. Don't do a lot of arm work with this, unless you got the guy so utterly devastated that you could take the time to really wind up and smash, but that's not really necessary. Anytime you use the hip and the spring, that's as much as you're ever going to need. Whatever position you're in, you don't have to make a big convoluted motion. Just step in and spring. Even if he's bent over, I just step in and spring up. Okay, this would just step in, spring. You can't afford to make a lot of big motions. You have to be tight and effective. So the first swing is this vertical type of swing. Swinging this way, swinging this way. Swing generally going into the chin. If the head's bent, you can go right into the nose, bridge of the nose, that's fine. Also effective after a combination, step in, swing right into the groove. I just drop and swing my fist. As I step, swing my fist right into his groin. I'm not punching at it. I'm swinging into his testicles. Dropping with a hook. So the swing, this vertical swing, can be used in several different methods, several different manners. Very similar to using a leverage block. A blow from this hand, a blow from that hand, can be met simply by thrusting the hand out. This is called a leverage block. Slow, just so you can see. If he throws a punch slow, straight punch, I'm not trying to do this, because that's not going to get it going to the inside. However, he throws the blow, and I just raise my arm. All I'm doing is punching. Punching. Very similar to the lifting. You just punch what we call the leverage block. Just punch across your fist, and you're going to catch the ball. And again, it's just going to skim right on top of you. Very similar type motion. If I strike him with this, or if he throws a blow, and I do this, very similar. Very similar type of movement. Very similar type of movement. The leverage block is one of the few blocks that's actually really effective in stopping a strong rear, generally right hand, straight right cross, because I'm not trying to intercept it. I'm just deflecting it. Again, very important from that stance. If I try to do that from this position, I have a very, very difficult time. But since my hands are already out, when he throws his right hand, it's just simply this. I just cant the head and twist. His arm literally I'm just parrying this. Boom, I'm right there from my other hand. Very, very effective. Again, that's why this block is effective in real fist fighting. So those are the vertical swings. Now we have horizontal swings. Horizontal swings take place between a straight blow, a medium hook, or a tight uppercut or elbow shot. All I do is the same exact principle. Let's go this way. From wherever, I can use this as an initial blow or as a follow. Wherever the hand is, I just turn it in a tight arc. All I do is just swing. Again, bending my hand at the wrist and just swinging. Just comes right and swings into the jaw, the ear, the temple, and just swings. I can strike jab and then swing. I can use that as an immediate follow. I can hit to the solar plexus and swing up. All my hand is doing is swinging. Not that effective for the rear hand. Not that effective for the rear hand. Very effective for the lead hand. Just circle and swing. Swing. And use body. Remember, working combinations. If you throw one blow, practice one blow, balance seems a little off. But if you remember the one you're coming back with another blow, this is how you're going to catch your balance. So when you practice single blows, you might feel a little awkward. Demonstrating, it might look awkward. As soon as you realize that every blow is counterbalanced by a secondary blow and a third and a fourth, you'll see how you keep your body balanced by that shifting. So those are the two basic swinging blows. Vertical and horizontal. Striking with these knuckles. It's also possible, and was a favorite technique of John Sullivan, was striking with the top of the hand. Just striking with the top. Smashing with the top of the fist. Effective technique if you condition your hands. Same type of swing. Same exact type of swing, except we teach turning with the knuckle. Easier on the hand. However, if you want to work the hand and tighten that fist and keep that thumb down, then this hitting with the top of the fist can be a devastating blow. A devastating blow. So those are basically the swings. The next minor group of techniques are the chopping blows. Now I say minor because these are a little more advanced and take a little bit more time and effort. You can't really replicate the same thing with a shovel hook. You can't replicate them on a heavy bag or a dummy. You can't. You have to use your hand pads, or you have to have a trained partner who's willing to put some headgear on and take the blows lightly. These blows, they chop. When I'm in close, my hand onto his target, instead of punching in directly, or instead of hooking, I take my fist and chop. My fist comes from here and chops at his chin. Step and chop. So these blows now become chopping blows. Very, very effective. Very hard to block. If I move in with a lead hand and chop immediately after, and chop, very tight convulsive chop, very, very difficult for him to block these blows because his entire body is moving. So they're hammering at his jaw. They hammer. They chop, move, and chop. So the fist is driving and chopping into the jaw. Chopping into the jaw. Very, very, very hard to block because there's no real wind up. The arm doesn't come out, it stays close to the body. Only effective for hitting the jaw. This is where this blow is used. Just chopping, moving right in and chopping, hammering. It can be used even straight on, just moving in, chopping. If you see that drop, this convulsive drop into the target eye, and just rip down on the target. Those are chopping blows. They can be very, very effective.